Hello, good day. Welcome to Newspaper Review on Niger Watch. My name is Ima, reporting live from Lagos, Nigeria. Cheers to the weekend. Welcome to our weekend broadcast, if I must say so. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to my Niger Watch family across the globe. How are you doing this fine Saturday? How are you doing? Thank you for being on here. Please do also like this broadcast, share, and invite someone onto the broadcast. So my amazing panelists, I say good day and welcome to the broadcast. But please take out a second to like the broadcast before clicking on the link. And yes, the link has been posted on the comment section. If you would like to participate in today's newspaper review, please do well to click on the link and you'll be right here with me. I welcome you once again to this broadcast. Yes, I welcome you once again to this broadcast. Good morning, and thank you for being here. I hope your weekend is going just fine. Yes, I hope your weekend is going just fine. Thank you for being here. Also, like to remind you. Yes, I also like to remind you of the new features that we have. The super thanks feature that we have, the super thanks feature, these are for those watching the replay of every broadcast. Yes, you have the opportunity to support us by clicking on the super text just beneath the video. That's an example. Also, this is what it looks like, so please get familiar with it and engage it as well. I assure you that it is safe, it is very safe and very secured as clicking on the dollar sign to the right on the comment section. Thank you very much and good day to you again. Please do not forget, do well to like the broadcast. Thank you very much. But nice. Good morning to you. How are you doing today?
Bon week-end, Miss Ima. Comment vas-tu? Je vais bien, merci.
We
What I said in French. Yeah, what I said in French. I said, "Happy weekend, Miss Ima. How are you doing? I hope you're
Oh,
fine." That's what I said in French.
okay. Thank you. I'm fine. Thank you. I think I'm supposed to say Several bien merci, right?
Yeah,
Please, if I'm wrong.
exactly.
Yay,
Yeah,
thank
exactly.
you. Thank you. All right, Panelists, thank you and welcome to the broadcast. To each and every one of you just joining in, welcome to our newspaper review and cheers to the weekend, my people. Cheers to the weekend. All right, we'll be running straight into the business of the day. Osagwavo, hi, good morning. How you doing? Happy weekend to you, sir. And thank you for being on here. Thank you so very much. Mommy Diaspora, good morning to you, dearest Mama. Thank you for being on here. To each and every one of you, salute. Thank you for being on here. Let's proceed, please. Our first paper for the day is the Punch. On the Punch, we have okay, Kalu's release, Buhari, Osibanjo, service chiefs, NSA, DSS, boss meets. Federal government weighs options to inform Nigerians soon, says minister. I rejected Atiku's suggestion to take 1 billion naira loan for PDP, and that's by Ayu. Comes out to wants Wike to stop dragging his family into party disputes. And Wike goes on to say, if your children knew your misdeeds, they would disown you. Rivers governor tells party chair. Reconciliation panel asks Ayu to resign after election, plans NEC meeting. And just by the nameplates, we have entertainers who found favor with Buhari bag national honors. All right. Pollution, piracy threaten Niger Delta fisher women's livelihoods. Western nations encouraging JAPA, granting young Nigerians visas, wicked, and that's ex-governor Amosu. Dangote Bello meets failed to resolve Obajano disputes. Reopen cement plants. Federal government tells Kogi. Many thought I wouldn't come this far. Physically challenged copper. You can't acquire arms. Federal government tells Ortom and governors. As to lecturers resume, awaits Buhari on withheld salaries. Okay. So you has come out to, there's been a claim of just before that we have someone else, Mr. Pansat. Good day to you. How are you doing today?
I'm doing wonderfully. Emma, thank you very much for asking. How are you?
It's a beautiful day, and I am grateful for life. Thank you very much for asking, sir. All right, welcome to the broadcast. Let's proceed. So, are you has come out to dispute the 1 billion naira that has been lingering? The accusations from Wike that is certain presidential candidates gave Ayu bribed Ayu with 1 billion naira. Well, Ayu has come out to say that after he emerged as chair for the party, they needed money to run affairs in PDP. Then Atiku suggested to him to take a loan, for that course. That's the only time, that's the only 1 billion naira issue surrounding it, and it's nothing close to what Wike is saying. And he has gone on ahead to tell Wike to stop getting his family involved into the party dispute. I mean, we just read here, Wiki said, if your children knew your misdeeds, they would disown you. All right. I don't know if, we should say, okay, you guys bring it on, or it's okay, you guys don't let it get messy for the sake of your family members. Wiki went on to say things like that is not being vindictive. If he was a vindictive person, he wouldn't have recognized Umeha as, as an ex-governor. That everybody, they said their part. Are you already said that he was going to step down if this happens? So why is he not keeping to it? That they should do something about it, and that no amount of peace talk is going to bring a resolve. That Ayu must step down. He's not going to leave the party. He's not saying he's going to leave the party, but Ayu must step down. That's the only way that peace. That's the only way that he will hear anything that anybody has to say. Looks like there's no going back. And they released the verdict by the courts regarding Kanu's release. Got Buhari, Osibanjo, service chiefs, NSA, DSS, all of them to meet on top of Kano. That's nice. That's it's good to see somebody put these people at work. But let's see what that will go. I really hope that they will just allow sleeping dogs. Let's see how that turns out. And let's see what other stories here. Oh, ex-governor also coming out to say that the countries that are, giving out visas to young Nigerians that are, leaving the country, they say it terms them as wicked. It terms them as wicked. It terms them as wicked. So what happens to the government that has, put us in this place, that are making people to sell off their properties, sell off everything, and just leave the country? So what do we say about those people? I think we should look at the problem first. But then again, this is an ex-governor. What do we expect? They rarely deliver. They rarely deliver. All right. Federal government has come out to tell Ortom, which are 1 month. Ortom gave the federal government 1 month to give them to oh dear. Ortom gave the federal government 1 month to give them license to get firearms. Else was going to get it anyways without the presidency's approval. Federal government has responded to that and said you can't acquire arms. Federal government tells Ortom, let's see how this plays out. If Ortom and the other governors are going to wait for the 1 month, or they are just going to go ahead and do this. I wish. Well, let's see how that plays out. Whatever anybody wishes at this point, I'm not sure it's going to do anything. Probably the brazen nature, the brazen approach that these governors will take will tell what's next, what's going to be for this state. All right, so we'll move on to another story. The next paper will be Daily Sun. Please drop your submissions. I'll tend to them in a minute. Here we have argue. I never collected 1 billion naira from anyone. Wike, if 4 governors quit PDP, party won't win. I don't recognize Ayu as chairman. He reneged on his promise to resign. If I were vindictive, I wouldn't have recognized Omeha as ex-governor in 2015 because he removed me, others as local government chairman. Also, disputed issues about strike not fully addressed. Kalu louds federal government ASU over suspension of strike. You guys, ASU disputed issues about strike not fully addressed. So we just might, just leave our finger crossed on the strike issue. APC, why we have not kicked off presidential campaign. On Obajana, Kogi vows to drag Dangote to court. And just beneath that, you have things you must do to avoid having a stroke. And I think everybody should pick up a copy of Daily Sun and check that out. We will announce decision on Kano soon, and that's by federal government. You have no reason to keep holding IPOB leader, and those are by his lawyers. Ohaneze, ADF, others says judgment, big relief for Igbo. All right. Yeah. So I hope that the ASU issue, we are thinking, or we are hoping that we have seen the end of this ASU strike, at least for a very long time. Yeah. We are hoping that, whatever resolve, whatever it is that they've come to, and that has made ASU to call up the strike is going to be worth it. It's going to, see to their needs. If they are coming out now, just few hours later to say disputed issues about strike not fully addressed. So should we be expecting, or should they just do this once and for all? All right, I'll leave that to your submission. APC have come out to say that it is not because of the health condition of their presidential candidate, as they say he is fit, but it's a function of logistics, and that's why they've not kicked off their presidential campaign. If you want more on that story, look out for page 3. All right, we'll move on to the last paper for today. Yes, and that's Daily Trust. Why federal government released the 101 Boko Haram suspects from Kirikiri, kept incommunicado for over 13 years. Some of them were ex-combatants, others overstayed awaiting trial, CDS. News of prisoner swap with 23 Kaduna train victims fake, and that's from Professor Yusuf. There is sorrow in every man, Kole Remi. PDP crisis, NEC to decide I use fate as BOT submits reports. On insecurity, Zamfara shuts 7 major roads to markets. National Security Council orders reopening of Dangote cement factory. Others more action on Nnamdi Kanu. What's next for Kasuwa Basi traders after court victory? ASU suspends 8-month-old strike, gives reasons. Court sacks Binani as APC Guba candidate, rules out replacement. Gombe government seeks more partnership with media trust. All right. Okay, so there's this movie out there, Anikulapo. Yes. Well, I guess we shouldn't be talking about that here. If you haven't seen the movie, then you'll be totally lost on this. So let's just skip on to another story. Now, it's amazing to see that insecurity has made Zamfara to shut 7 major roads and 2 markets. Yesterday, we had in the news that 45 schools had resumed. They had opened in Zamfara because of how insecurity-free that the state has become. And now seeing that 7 major roads, I just hope that the governor is not playing with the lives of his citizens, of his community members. I really, really hope, because coming to see the 7 major roads, then I think they don't have a business having schools being open, since they haven't dealt, or they are yet to completely deal with this insecurity of a thing. Okay, and then there's a story of a man that impregnated his 13-year-old child. The man said that he was overpowered by an evil spirit, or he was under a spell. In his words, he was under a spell when the act, happened. The girl is said to be 4 months gone. Well, the funny part of this story is, he said while he was having intimacy with his daughter, he thought that it was his wife, that he was, he saw the wife, that it was when he was done that he realized that that was his daughter. But then the deed has been done. What a story we have this morning. All right, so each and every one of you who's joining us, good day and welcome to Newspaper Review on Ninja Watch. Yes, Bella Naomi, I see you. Good morning to you too. Mommy Diaspora, Mommy Dearest, thank you. Omoroji Kingsley. Omoroji is saying, hey, everybody. How are you doing today? Everyone is fine. Thank you. Mary Kimade, beautiful morning to you too. Thank you for being on here. Thank you. All right, to my amazing panelists, thank you for being on here. Brother Nice, I'm ready for you.
Yeah, good morning, Mixima.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Good morning to the panelists, my co-panelists, and the people on the comment section. Naomi Bella, special
Morning.
greetings to you. Mommy Diaspora, greetings to you. I greet you all. Yeah, let me start from this last issue that you just spoke about. That man that slept with his. You see, when I come here to speak about spiritualities, people who is not spiritual minded, they always try to argue. They will argue, but they don't know that if I'm speaking both from physical and spiritual. But because they are not spiritually inclined, they will try to contest what I'm saying. You understand? Life is spiritual. But if you don't see things from the spiritual part of it, you will think some things that is happening is people's fault. But that is why it's very difficult for me to explain some things to many people here, because they will never understand where I'm coming from, because I'm speaking from spiritual part of it. But if you are not spiritually minded, you will think it's just madness or it's psychiatric issue they have to. No, there are a lot of things that is happening in the realm of the spirit that people cannot understand unless you are spiritual minded. Like that word that man just said is true, but many people will dispute it because they don't understand what devil can do to a human being. You understand? That is why we always tell people, fortify yourself always with prayers. Because if devil penetrate you, possess you, you can do evil. My sister, I don't want to go there. If I say may I go there, many people will come here now, they will say he's pastor, he's speaking spiritual, you know. So that is why you can always speak those kind of things to people that are spiritually minded. They will understand where you are coming from. That's all. It's not everything we have to say, oh, it's madness. They should go to psychiatry. No, it's not everything. These kind of people, they need deliverance. That's why I said it the last time. People need to be prayerful. Because what the Bible said, it said the devil come to steal and to destroy. If devil, all those men that you see that they always live with their daughters, if devil enter their body like this, they see their daughter like their wife. People don't understand what devil can do to human being. Devil is very wicked. That is what God said. So that is for that. Okay, like what this man just said, what I saw in that newspaper, they say federal government released 101 Boko Haram on the street. What the hell? The Boko Haram that we are fighting, that we have not captured, those one is giving us headache. Then federal government can't use their hand release the one where they still arrest, join them. You see, and see problem in that country. So it's not I don't know where just I don't know how I will address the federal government issue. Even Ortom that is asking for the federal government to harm his people, they will never harm Ortom. As far Ortom is not a Fulani, they will never allow him to harm his people. Like to harm him so that he will go and kill his Fulani Boko Harams. I said it the last time. If it's possible for Buhari to strip them of all those old weapons that they are using, all these security outfit, all these their old weapons that they are using, if it's possible for Buhari to strip them of it, he will do it and give them stick to fight insecurity. Now people, until we understand the kind of president that is in power, with people that surround him. Just look people that surround him. It's the same people that have the same view with him. You understand? That man is a person that have link with Boko Haram. Go and look at his history. The only thing that will just help Nigerians, you people should do everything to vote all those Fulani out of power. That is the only way. If it's not, all this insecurity will never stop. They will
All right.
continue. Thank you.
All right, Brother Knight. Thank you very much. Thank you for your submission. Thank you. If you're just joining in, welcome to our newspaper review on Niger Watch. How you doing? Ladies and gentlemen, you know, we have a new feature on here. We'll keep talking about it so you get familiar with it. It's called the Super Thanks option. The Super Thanks are for those watching the replay of our broadcast. Yes, you have an opportunity now to support us by clicking on the Super Thanks. You have the opportunity to support us. So please take out time after every broadcast to, to click on the super text and support us. It is safe. It is safe and very secure. So please, Niger Watch fam, take out time to do this for us. Thank you very much. All right. We have Mr. Pansat in the house. Mr. Pansat, please take it away.
Thank you very much, Emma. Hello to Mr. Kennedy and Mr. Brother Knights. We're here. It's a weekend. Believe it or not, it's 2:26 a.m. in the morning here in the beautiful state of California. So I hope everybody's having a wonderful weekend. If not, you still have time to plan yourself a very nice weekend. Let me first say that I'm not going to talk about the vile story that you have there. You know, vile is an anagram of evil. If you kind of twist it around, you find evil in it. Horrible story, abominable, atrocious. I don't know why people do things like that, but I don't like talking about it, obviously. So now let's go to Governor Ortom. I will have a short statement to tell him. My advice to him is that you're not going to have anybody giving you permission to get guns. That's the whole reason why you need to go get yourself guns for your state. You're the chief security officer of your state. Let them sue you. What are they going to do? Arm your people. Stop them from killing your people. You have to do everything to do it. Don't go. What do you mean you're going to go get a permission? Who's going to give you permission? Arm yourself. The most you should do is to align with other governors of this equal mind. All right. The country Nigeria is made up of parts, but those parts are greater than the whole. So you have to bear that in mind. Do not let intruders come from outside Nigeria sometime to kill your people and take your land. And then they had it set up to where you have to come asking them for permission. Permission for what? To arm yourself? To defend your people? Let them sue you. Arm yourself. So let me talk about, the issue of the Nnamdi Kanu that's going on. It's quite sad that a lot of people are nonchalant about it. The whole cause of the war in Ukraine, with Russia being the aggressor in that war, in a nutshell, the reason behind that Russia-Ukraine conflict is internal socio-political crisis. Okay? That's it. So they don't make United Nations the way, like when Kofi Annan was in charge of it. You have a bunch of imbeciles in charge of almost every government in the world these days. So I am making reference to that because United Nations, who I'm going to be writing next week, they have to be on notice that we can't have a government that is disobeying court order. We can't. So the Court of Appeal sitting in Abuja, our federal capital territory, Thursday upheld the appeal of the detained leader of IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu. The court discharged and acquitted the embattled leader. Now, acquitted, it's a legal term, even though most of us we know what it is. It's absolution, clearing, exculpation, discharge, release, vindication, exoneration. He's been freed by the appeal court, federal appeal court, right? So, official proclamation by judge, 3 judges, a 3-judge panel. And then we have the Attorney General. And in fact, this government monkeying around with it, monkeying around with the court order. The court's an equal branch, just like the executive branch. They're not subservient to the federal government. So I want Nigerians who are listening, I want them to know the onus is on all of our heads. You want a country, you want a unified country, it has to have peace and justice in it. No justice, no peace. So it's weekend. I don't think Miss Emma's show should be a heavy one. She smiles a lot and she presents a lot of things for us to discuss. Unfortunately, some of them are serious topics. And this is one of those. I'm appealing to Nigerians. Get off your behind and start holding our government accountable. You can't have a situation in a country where judges, federal appellate court acquits an individual and they equivocate it. It means we're in a jungle then. You know, don't tolerate it for a second or think it doesn't concern you. It's your business. No matter how much you disagree with Nnamdi Kanu, in this case, it's not about him. It's about a country where the federal government has impetus to do whatever he wants on individuals, on court rulings. And please, let's draw the line this time. And finally, I will also say to Mr. Ortom, do everything, I'm saying everything, to prevent anybody from killing your people, because this is a reprieve now, because there's an election coming. They called back their dogs. They're not coming out there as organized as they were before, because they want us to forget what their plans are, is to take your lands, indigenous people's lands, and kill them, conquer us. So please, I'm ashamed when I hear that you're trying to ask for permission. Permission for what? From who? You're elected by your people to be the chief security officer of that state. Let them sue you. Arm your people. Period. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much for that, Mr. Pansat. I'll move on to Mr. Kennedy. Mr. Kennedy, good day to you, sir. How are you doing today?
Good evening from here. Thank you very much, Mrs. Iman. And I want to extend my greetings to my co-panelists and viewers all over the world. Now, first of all, let me dwell a little bit on the man who impregnated his daughter. And the daughter, I think, is about 4 months pregnant as we speak. My brother Nice, has always have a different perception about people committing these atrocities or infidelity. But the way I look at it, I've always taken a different stance. That man has probably said that when he was having that affair, the devil came upon him and he started seeing his wife. So that is what the man thinks that is what we want to hear. That is what he's telling us. The man never saw his wife. The devil never came to him. He just did what he wanted to do. You see, that is why I've always been saying the government should institute a lot of facilities like where you take care of psychological well-being of people, because a lot of people are sick psychologically. A man cannot say he was seeing his wife, whereas he was actually with his daughter. You see, that is preposterous. Anyway, what the government is supposed to put a lot of things in place to check all this, because the man could be sick. And one other thing is, if you look at the man's status, you find out that the man may have been ignored by his wife, the man may have been relegated, the man may have been, demeaned in one way or the other, and he became very lonely, and he took to that path. I'm not saying what he did was right, but there has to be psychological evaluation of this kind of person. Even what he's saying alone, makes us understand that he's psychologically deficient by saying he was seeing his wife. And we always talk about the devil. Who are the devil? Your enemy is the devil. The way you see people around you, and your enemy might be my friend. My enemies might be the one you see as devils around me, and they might be your friends. They who are now the devils, which means everybody is a devil. So we don't have to always look at the devil. You have to put things in place to checkmate the activities of people. That's why we have a government. But anyway, let me go. The federal government releasing a lot of Boko Haram terrorists because they have been incommunicado for some time. Who made them incommunicado? You see, this government, they never refuse to amuse us every day, every story, every day one story or the other, one very interesting and demeaning story. You make people incommunicado, and you are telling us you release them because they have been incommunicado. Who made the incommunicado? If you had wanted them not to be incommunicado, you should have tried their cases. But anyway, you see, they are releasing them into the society. They want more voters. That's why they are releasing them. They want more terrorists or more bandits to come to the street and do their bidding. That's why they are releasing them. And yet they are saying they don't want to approve the arms Mr. Ortom is asking for. My advice for Ortom, I don't know how it works. I'm not been a chief security officer of any state. I don't know how it works, but I think if you go to Edo State, like I said, I just came by about a month ago. If you go to Edo State, the vigilantes, they all have guns. Must it be only AK-47 that Ortom is supposed to give his people to protect his people? I see a lot of the vigilantes in Edo State carrying sticks and pump action. Is the pump action not allowed? Why is he shouting about this AK-47? There are other protective equipments that they're supposed to give to. Well, anyway, like I said, I don't know. I'm not a security officer, but I think you should go around it. You should go about it a different way, because the governor of Edo State is not shouting, but the vigilantes in Edo State, they are perfectly taking care of the situations. I was there, and I never had any incident. But these vigilantes, they were outside 24/7, and they were protecting the streets and the corners, the crannies of the Benin City. So that is the advice I have for Ortom. You can go about and procure other weapons that might not be in the list the government is saying they don't want to give you the licenses. Instead of you shouting day in, day out. Amotekun, they are having some, I can see them having some, long guns. I don't know if it's, the one they use for hunting. And that. Won't that be able to kill the terrorists or the bandits or whoever? So I don't know. But anyway, that is for Ortom. The Amoson, I think Amoson is supposed to be a former governor of a state. He's blaming the country that is giving visa to another man again. The country, if this country refuses to issue visas, you say they are what do they call it? Racists. They are committing racism against our people. They refuse to give visas to Africans. Now they are giving visas. You are blaming them for giving visas to Nigerians. So what they're supposed to address is the issue. What is the reason? What are the reasons why Nigerians are fleeing their countries? That is the issue he's supposed to look into. Yet he just there, spewing. I don't want to use on strong words. He could be an elder to me. I don't know what he's saying about blaming the countries. You see, this is the failure of our government, failure of leadership, and now you're blaming other countries that are giving visas to our people. The case of Nnamdi Kanu, I think the last speaker has dwelled so much on Nnamdi Kanu. I think he has spoken very professionally. But what I don't know about what the government is doing, One paper said Nnamdi Kanu, the embattled leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, was discharged and acquitted. And the government is saying he was only discharged but not acquitted. Right? I'm not a legal expert. I don't know what Malami is trying to prove to the entire country. You know, this Malami, the effrontery of this Malami, I think is becoming something else. It will just come. I think he's basically damaging the legal institution or the legal framework that is supposed to be in place in the whole country. So we've been watching him. According to Adeola Faye, she said we are watching you on Plasma TV. We are all watching him. But for me, sorry, excuse me. I wouldn't want Nnamdi Kanu to be released now because I think they are just trying to play games. He should be released after we have won election, where the Peter Obi Labour Party the youth of the country has won election. Because I don't want them to release him now and use him to destabilize, because he has a large followership. The moment he's out, you're going to see the jubilation and all that, and the IPOB followers that are now obedient. It might be difficult for them to say they are now obedient, because people will be asking them, where is your IPOB that you say you want your country and all that. So I don't know. For me, I'm just thinking they want to use it to destabilize the Southeast so that the voters will not come from large or chunk votes will not come from the Southeast and all that. So I'll have to stop here. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much for that, Mr. Kennedy, and thank you for being on this broadcast. Please put your mic on mute. Thank you very much. A big, big, big thank you also to Mr. Mark Hirabo. Thank you so very much, Mr. Mark, for this donation. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Please take out a minute, take out a second to support us by clicking on the dollar sign to the right on the comment section. Please, thank you very much. We'll be looking out for your very kind and generous donations. Thank you so very much. All right, we'll move to Mr. Van Maxwell. Mr. Van Maxwell, how are you today?
I'm fine. Good morning, Sister Emma, and good morning to my co-panelists. Good morning to those that are listening to us and those that are, in the comment section. I would like to start from where my elder brother stopped, Brother Kennedy. You see, the IPOB issue has been settled. Whether Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is released or not, the people said they don't want any election in their place, and they are speaking in the majority. You can see it happening before they started. They called them miscreant. So many Nigerians insulted them, called them all manners of, touted them and stoned them in all angles. But today, they can call for sit at home and you see it is being observed. They are no longer miscreants. And from the beginning, they told Nigerians that they are not a terrorist group, that they are innocent people carrying flags, asking that they be granted referendum to leave because they are not loved in the country they claim to be theirs. I have been in the North before, Brother Kennedy. Over 18 years I spent in the North as a military officer. I know what happened there. Any slighted mistake, if anybody is killed in the Arab world, it is the Igbos that pay the price in the North. Let nobody judge me of being, emotional here. I am telling you what was happening there. When Sharia happened, 2000, I was there. I was a staff sergeant at one mechanized infantry division. I know what the Igbos passed through over there. Why are they single-handed? They single them out to deal with them in the North. Why? All over Nigeria. This Amosu that is complaining of a visa, giving Nigerians visa, why they are giving it, is it not the same person that had that secret conversation on phone with the vice presidential candidate of APC today? What did he say that time? You heard that, all of us heard the conversation they had there. Why are Igbos made the scapegoat of anything in Nigeria? And if they say that they don't want to belong in that country that doesn't love them or show them any sign of, acceptance, is it wrong for them to call for opt-out? I don't think that they are doing anything wrong. And like I said before, the Nigerian government has nothing against Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. because even how bad the 1999 Constitution is, it did not criminalize, self-determination, asking for self-determination in a peaceful way. Knowing what Nigeria is and how they can deal with people that does not have the same opinion with them, they begin to kill them, just like they did in Lekki. And the reason why people are talking today is because of what they did to the innocent youth at Lekki toll gate. The heavy-handedness, the disproportionate force they use on innocent, unarmed people. I have never done that when I was a serving military personnel. I cannot do that. But we see it happening every day on innocent Nigerians. And somebody will say, you shouldn't be emotional. Well, like I said, Attorney General, I do not know who gave him the Attorney General or who even awarded him the sonship of, the legal profession in Nigeria. That man don't supposed to be an Attorney General, a lawyer in the first place, because he has brought the office of the Attorney General of the Federation into disrepute. In fact, he has brought Nigeria in a very awkward, state through his actions in that very place. The court has ruled it's left for Nigeria to obey or not to obey. If they refuse to obey, then the remaining 7 count charges that was preferred against him were thrown out. If you are remaining 7 count charges that was on him were totally removed, matched on the floor, on what basis again are you holding him? Let's see what will happen after the transmission of the communique from the appeal court is sent to the Nigerian government, his office, and the DSS. Let's see, then we'll take it from there. I asked for the person that had, carnal knowledge of the daughter until the girl child, becomes, pregnant. I tell you that the man is sick. And when you look at what is happening in Nigeria, there is a report, internationally recognized agency that had a report some time ago. He said that the Nigerians are the most miserable people on earth. And that will show you the level of, the height of, a problem that the people of Nigeria, have. I will not sympathize with him, and I will make sure, I will say here that the law must take its course on him. He has, done something, unreasonable to me, and the law must face it. Thank you, and God bless you.
Amen to that. Thank you very much, Mr.
Hold on, Sister Emma, please, before I forget, there is something Brother Kennedy said concerning the Ortom. You see, there is no way you can, from my own point of view and from where in my own experience, there is no way a pump action handler or gunner will compete with an AK-47 rifle with 7.62 mm caliber that has the capacity to travel 1,500 meters, 1.5 kilometers, and a killing range of 300 meters. You cannot stand a chance with your gun, pump action or double barrel or single barrel to a man equipped with automatic AK-47. The pump action the man is having, you are professing that they should hold, is what we use it for close quarter battle. It is used to kill animals. It cannot travel more than 150 meters. In fact, the killing range, if my memory serves me right, is less than 75 meters. How can you engage someone with AK-47 of a killing range of 300 meters with such a gun? It is suicide in the making. Ortom must make sure that his people are protected. These people, like I said before, They are secretly equipping their people, their vigilantes, with AK-47 in the north. And they are going to attack and face these, bandits and terrorists, or whatever they call them there, FSMO, what we call full scale marching order. They are going to face them, FSMO. And where are they going to come back? Because they have the support of the state government right now. Where are they going to run to? They are running to our places. I don't know. An officer sent me a video of, in Enugu State, they call it the cold camp in Enugu State, where helicopter were dropping people as we speak. This didn't happen, I think, yesterday or day before yesterday. They do not know the people that they are dropping at that particular cold camp. Nobody knows. So nobody knows what is going on. Everybody is in their houses. Nigerians, especially the southern part of Nigeria, must come out to speak in one voice and how they are going to protect their ancestral home. Otherwise, you are on the verge of losing it. Thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Van Maxwell, for the intel. Thank you for your submission and the education that you gave to us on why it's asking for more sophisticated weapons. There are stories that AK-47 would not even do that, do the work. They need more sophisticated weapons, being that these are people that are thoroughly harmed. So they need something that would match up their guidance. So I think it goes beyond just AK-47. But okay, yeah, I think it goes beyond AK-47 that Ortom is asking for. I mean, it's not just getting a gun, knowing that these people, knowing how, well, if the federal government has come out to say that these people are more equipped than the military. So if the states will be asking for weapons, they already have an idea who they are combating with. So I think they should just give them. But of course, politics plays out all the time. A big thank you to you, Victor. Thank you so very much for your donation, Victor. And your comment is heard. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right, we'll move on to Mr. Chimaobi. Mr. Chimaobi, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. Good morning.
All right, let's have your submission.
Yeah, Mr. Van Maxwell has said it all. I remember when I came to this platform newly, when somebody introduced me to this platform. First 2-3 days I was in this platform. That was my first comment, that we should equip our people, because these northerners we are seeing, they are heartless. They are equipping their people. From 3 years up, are getting trained on how to shoot, massacre people. And they are using more than AK-47 to do their training. Somebody sent me a video of where they are training lead to all these armadillos with heavy weapon. When I say heavy weapon, with heavy weapon. So they really have an agenda. Yeah, they have an completely agenda. So for Governor Ortom to start making a statement that he wants federal government to do, what is the job of state government? You are an elected governor, not selected like Hope. He's an elected governor by his people. And there's laws that govern the state. So he should enact those laws. He should. Like today, the federal government gave Tompolo money to fight oil theft. That money is for what? Is Tompolo and his gang militants not having more than AK-47 to fight oil theft? So, if the federal government can give Tompolo such amount of money to get equipment, what kind of equipment are they going to get? Is it a balloon or cutlass? No. So this government makes sure that they strip the Southeasterners all what they have. The government armed the militant, armed Tompolo to fight against themselves, to fight against oil theft, and you cannot, arm a state that has been massacred by Fulani herdsmen. A Fulani herdsman that is in the bush has a gun to kill people, and nothing is being done. And the people that are saying, give us the power to guide our local territory, you are telling them no. So these are the reasons why Nigerians are saying we need a state police. And these are the reasons why Nigerians are saying we need to restructure the country. We need to review this constitution to take away what we did not put. These are the reasons. I don't know why a state government have to run to the federal government for him to secure his people. So that is unacceptable. The Castina vigilante, are they not armed with AK-47? El-Rufai armed his people. And nobody talked about it. Nobody mentioned anything about it. They will just go on and do whatever they want. But come to the southeastern people, the south side, you will send your military and you speak to them in the language they will understand. Yesterday, Kwankwaso went to Jos. And when he went to Jos, because somebody put P2B banner in his plaza, and all these northerners started stoning them. Heavy stone. People that have not done anything, only that they have P2B banner in their plaza, that warrant this Muslim to try to kill them. And we are in that country. And let me say this clear. What is to come in 2023 from now is going to be so bad, because if Malami, with the president, refuse to obey the court order against Nnamdi Kanu, it will be brought in a bad part of the country. Because you see, the Southeastern that a few hours ago were in form of relief. At least all these unknown gunmen will stop. At least all this killing will stop. At least they will have their free mind to do their business. And now the court has given you an order that this man did not do anything. The federal government, you are the one that owes this man now. You owe him so much that the federal government cannot afford to pay because of what they did to this man. Still, yes, the court had given an order. Let this man go. And you are saying the order that the government did, you will review it and take action. If Malami and Buhari take another action, it will brought pain. It will be bloody. Let me use that word. I'm sorry, but that is what will happen. Because you are really speaking to them in the language you say that they will understand, as the president said. So today, we can see it clearly that the southeastern part of the country is not part of Nigeria. For the things that are going on, it's clearly written, it's clearly viewed right now that you guys do not belong to us, and we can do whatever we want with you people and nothing will happen. That is the language Mr. President, through the Attorney General, are speaking to Nigerians. After a court has came out and said that what you did to this man is injustice against a human being. And yet, they don't want to hearken onto that order. So, it's going to be bad. I'm sorry, it's to be bad. That's where I'm going to leave it this morning, because it is emotional to me. And I'm telling you, it will be bad from now on. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much for that, Mr. Chima Obi. It's good to have you on the broadcast. And also, thank you, Joseph Oji. Thank you. I see your comment. Thank you for being on this broadcast. Please keep the comments coming in, ladies and gentlemen. Move on to the next panelist, and that is Mr. Chubuzo. Mr. Chubuzo, it's a delight to have you on the broadcast today. How are you doing?
Yeah, good day, everyone. Good day, everybody listening. I just came into the platform. I didn't get the highlight of what your people were discussing. I just, you know, pick up some of the thing the last speaker just said about security. You know, so just give me a little bit insight on it, please.
The federal government has responded to Ortom to say that they will not be, releasing license for firearms.
Oh, okay. No, you see, this is a savage government that we are running in Nigeria. And Nigerian people must now understand that we are not together with this current government. And because this current government does not mean well to Nigerians. Just like the other speaker said, they are busy arming their people. I don't know what the agenda is all about. Maybe if there is a transition of power, maybe they will engage in a kind of a civil war. That is why they are ready. Because Manami does not, the way I see the Attorney General, they think that Nigeria belongs to them and nobody should take them down, whether election or no election. So, and they are seeing that insight that Nigerian people has now trying to rehabilitate their mind to change the way they used to be to become a better people. So, and the thing is hitting on them because they don't want to leave the power to go because they know that immediately that power left them, there will be a little bit of consequences. It's not like Obi is going there to fight anybody, but the judicial system will change the way they operate, and that means it will affect them. So what the federal government is doing, Nigerian people have to stand up, and I don't know why we keep on, because Fela said it, we don't want to die, nobody want to do this, nobody want to do that. It's a high time Nigerian people need to stand up because we do it once and for all. I know people will die, people will remain at the same time, but when we do it once and for all and take down this government and move forward. So it's so discriminating that we are living in a country that we call it a democratic nation, but the discrimination are there, both in politics, both in everything that we lay our hand to in Nigeria. That discrimination is always there. So Nigerian people need to wake up and do something about it because if we don't do anything about it, this thing will keep on raining on us and we will not do anything about it. I can see the reason why Nandekalo has been discharged. Now, another English came inside. They said acquitted. What is discharged and what is acquitted? When a court of law have discharged all kind of charges that they lay against you, there is no other English that supports acquitted. Discharge mean the same language. Acquitted is discharge when they don't have anything against you. So, but you can see that these people, they are trying to, engage in other type of fight. I know they are going to lose, whatever they think about it, because I listened to the lawyer of Nnamdi Kalu, the kind of what Malami said. Well, Nnamdi Kanu has been there for over 1 year now. I believe that the next court appearance, I don't see anything they will hold him against. Jumping Bell, well, Jumping Bell, everybody in Nigeria knows why he cannot run away. There's nobody who will stand that kind of a situation will remain, So, and the video evidence, everything is there. So I'm not worried about that because the major charges have been dropped. So Jumping Bell, is a common issue. So just for them to just show that they are in power. Well, the power will come and go. Then another person will still come on that position. And I believe that is why this thing refresh on my mind. That is why even Buhari is buying all kind of SUV, sending to Niger, because they know that immediately there is a kind of power transition. They have to run to Niger. All of them have to run to Niger because they are securing that area for now, because the law will cut up on them. So for Ortom, Ortom is a elected leader which governing a state, and I don't see the reason why. I don't even see the reason why. Only maybe it's constitutional that when it comes to firearm, then you need to seek the power of the federal government. But if there is no constitution that back that every independent governor should can secure his state, then he have the authority to arm his people, if at all he can arm them. I'm not a subscriber of arming people because people in Nigeria don't understand what arming is, because if you arm people, the brutality is not even about the herdsman and the farmer. It's all about ordinary individuals also. So there is a what they call security votes. If the federal government can give those security votes, that means that security votes also apply to every governor to govern to secure his state. So for him, like I said, if there is a constitution that said every governor should seek the permit from the federal, but if there is not, then he have the power to arm his people. I don't think the federal government will react on that. So he have to do something about it. Every governor that is in Nigeria feel threatening should secure his state. Then only if there's a constitution that said no, don't arm or this. But if you say don't arm, then what of other governors in the north that is arming their people? What is the impact? Did they seek the power from is it a constitution for them to arm themselves, or the president, because he have all the power, then he have the power to say, okay, this section of country should have this section of country should have cutlass, not even cutlass, should be barehandedly, secure their state. So I'm not a supporter on Ortom crying to Buhari to give him license. He have the mandate to secure his people, and that is all. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much for that, Mr. Chibuzo. Thank you to each and every one of you, my amazing panelists, for holding it down today with me on our newspaper review. Thank you so very much. A big thank you to those on the comment section, of course, the mother of all. Thank you, Mommy Diaspora. Thank you for being here. Thank you so very much. Joseph Oje, thank you for being here and for being very engaging as well. Kisley, hi Kisley, how you doing? Thank you for being here. A big thank you to Johnson. Yes, Johnson Manuel, I'm fine. Yes, I bam, bam, bam. Thank you very much. Bella Naomi, thank you for being here, my dearest sister. A big thank you to each and every one of you. Victor, for your submission, for your donation. I say big thank you to you, Mr. Maki Rabo. Thank you very much for your donation. Thank you for being on here too with us. Thank you to each and every one of you that takes our time to, partake in our broadcast. Mr. Pansat, thank you for being awake on this broadcast, Thank you. Amorodion Kingsley, I am saluting you from over here. Thank you so very much. And of course, to my best friend, Osagbovo, thank you for being here. The likes of you guys. I look forward to you mounting the panelist. Yes, Charles Duru, I see you. Thank you for saying something. Thank you. Victor says, Ortom should not seek permission. He says, just distribute the weapons. It is constitutional to pardon. Okay, is it constitutional to pardon terrorists, Abdi? But it's constitutional, this approach, this step he's taking is the right step, but he's ready and willing to throw caution to the wind, giving the presidency 1 month to give license for arms bearing in his state, and the other states that are plagued by insecurity. I think the governors are ready to damn the consequences and just take the bull by its own. Well, let's see how that plays out. That the federal government did not even wait for 1 month. They, in 24 hours or 48 hours, they responded to him to say, no, we are not giving you, you don't have to wait for 1 month, but let's see. But at this point, Mr. Buhari, you are releasing these people. Bubu, I cannot be defending you again. You are releasing these people. That's 101. Wow. All right. To my panelists, we've come to the close of today's broadcast.
Sister Man,
Yes, Mr. Vine.
please, can you just grant me 30 seconds? There's something I would like to say to my brother Chibuzo, the last speaker.
Okay. I'm counting. 1, 2.
Okay, brother Chibuzo, the court of the High Court in Abia State has ruled on whether Mazen Nnamdi Kanu jumped bail or not. That has been ruled, and the judgment has been passed on that. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu did not jump bail. That has been settled in the High Court of Abia State. And for Ortom should stop asking the federal government to support him in equipping his people. There is in the army, that's what we call use your number 6. There is what we call using number 6 sense. Governor Ortom said, I urge you to use your number 6. Equip your people, use your number 6. These people you are begging, asking for approval, they will not give it to you. Thank you.
Yeah, brother, as you highlight about that bail jumping, I just told you that what happened is the lawyer of Nnamdi Kanu said that the only thing that Malami hold on was Nnamdi Kanu jump bail, which I stated that, listen, everybody saw it and see what happened. Nobody is a tree. Nobody is an iron. When you come to somebody to come to your house or to invade your house to kill you, then you stand there. You can never do that. You have to run away. Even when Nnamdi Kanu went to UK, he still replied to federal government and said that, listen, I will come home if you can guarantee me security, which is Nigerian government never guaranteed him. So what make him now? He didn't appear in the next court. So Malami hold on to that and said that he jumped bail, which I said that is a minor matter. Everybody saw what happened, and nobody can be able to say no. Nnamdi Kanu did wrong. Nnamdi Kanu did what he can do to secure his life, because we are talking about life here. If Nnamdi was killed today, we wouldn't be talking about all these things. So he have to run away and come back today and defend himself. So the magistrate said that all charges has been discharged.
All right,
that is what the magistrate said. Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you very much. So, to my amazing panelists, we've come to the close of today's broadcast. This is where you give your final submission. So, Mr. Pansat, over to you, please.
Thank you very much. It was a very enlightening panelists. I enjoyed their submissions. Let me first talk to Mr. Governor Ortom. All the excuses in the world is not going to exonerate any of these governors, him and the other governors, especially the ones in the South. It's not just guns, AKs, or whatever. You have to invest a lot in intelligence. That is what disturbs me about these people. You know the nature of the enemies. Their foot soldiers are kids wearing sandals, carrying guns, coming into the communities and killing people, right? It's not like you have the military itself invading your state. So maybe they're logistically working together. But look, invest a lot of money and a lot of the resources, even if you're given a license to go and buy guns. It's not a gun thing. Surveillance, intelligence, observation, reconnaissance, spying, even espionage. Infiltrate. Deal with these people. Get serious. You don't have any excuse to have your people being killed the way they're being killed. There's a lot of hunters that will come if you have good intelligence on these people. Whatever they're gathering, even if it's outside the state, do something. You have to invest your money in in intelligence if you're serious, because obviously you're not serious, just like the other governors. You're a bunch of wusses. You have these people killing you, a bunch of illiterates, people who don't even believe in technology. So they got guns. But if you had good, accurate intelligence, you could destroy a lot of these people. All right? And their sources, but if you know that somebody's financing them, you take them out, no matter who it is. If you know somebody, it's giving them support, moral support. It doesn't matter, even if it's the general in the army, even if it's the commander-in-chief. Intelligence is your best friend. Don't go buying guns and all that nonsense. I mean, arm yourselves. Don't beg. Be serious. Do what other places have done. Study the issue. Do everything to protect your people. Anyway, let me conclude by touching up again on this Nnamdi Kanu's case. I think let me expand by saying that the government assembled a bunch of people, starting from Vice President Yemi Osibanjo, Secretary of the Government Mustafa, of course, National Security Advisor Major General Babagana Mongono, his Chief of Staff, and guess who else he has in attendance in that? Chief of Defense. Now remember, this is they're deciding what they're going to do about Nnamdi Kanu and the federal court's appellate decision. So they have the Chief of Defense Staff in the meeting, Lucky Rabo. They have Chief of Army Staff, General Farouk Yahaya, Chief of Naval Staff, Admiral Gambo, Chief of Air Staff, Marshal Isiako Amao, and Inspector General of Police, Osman Baba. No Igbo in that assembly. None in the security apparatus of our country. Something that's clearly against the doctrine of federal character. So, appellate court made a ruling, discharged, acquitted Nnamdi Kanu. And this is what they're doing. Let me say, Nigerians, we have to get serious. That's a threat. That's like trying to wipe out an ethnic group. United Nations, anybody who's listening, they are threatening these people. Look at who they assembled to handle that issue. But let me quickly conclude by saying that at the United Nations, they also had a decision based on international covenant and civil and political rights of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, both in Nigeria and otherwise. In that ruling, they also ordered that Nnamdi Kanu should be released by Nigeria, and they gave him a date certain. So there should be no more games. The United Nations, you see what's happening in Russia and Ukraine. That's because you dropped the ball. Okay, Nigeria is going to boil over.
All right, Mr. Fansat.
All right, so I thank you very much, and my fellow panelists and all Nigerians. Enjoy your weekend. Let's do better and progress the country. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Fansat. Mr. Kennedy, please.
Thank you. I'm going to go into the elevator. The next person, please.
Oh, okay. All right. Mr. Van Maxwell.
Yeah, thank you so much, Sister Emma. I would like to go because I am somehow a former security personnel, and I will only speak on. I am very, very interested in the security of my people, my mother's hometown in Nigeria. I am so concerned about that, and I would like to tell Governor Ortom that he has every resources. I don't think he lacks the resource to equip using the numbers he sends to equip his own people in order to protect themselves. The Benue people know their environment. They are very, very conversant with their environment. I don't want to believe that an outsider will know your environment more than you do. That is to go by with what my brother Pansat said, intelligence gathering. You cannot win the war within your state without intelligence. You have to invest in intelligence gathering. The federal government, you've been receiving security votes. It's a huge amount of money. If you are truly truthful to the people of Benue State, you can sacrifice that money and make sure you make their life better instead of complaining to the federal government that it's not ready to see that you protect your people because of the agenda they have. And I would like to use this opportunity also to speak to all the old Southern Nigerian governors. The earlier you begin to invest in intelligence gathering, get to these people before they entered into your forest. There are good Fulanis within your midst that are living and doing businesses in your places. But I will tell you that they use them as conduit in order to come in. This is where intelligence gathering is very, very necessary. Do not sit down and fold your arms and expose, make your people vulnerable to these attacks. By the time you say, Jack, if they are already in your forest, like we say, like the military intelligence department in the United States department said way back many years ago, that they are moving southwards of Nigeria. If they are already there, it will be difficult for you to chase them away. But if you start early, you would definitely minimize the casualty that you are going to expose to if you allow them fully in the if you stay there and do nothing. The life of every old Southerner is paramount, for me. And I don't want anything or any hair on their body to be removed by any person, believing with the intention of taking over their land. No, I don't want that to happen. And I believe that if they are listening, they should do the right thing and protect their people. Thank you, and God bless you all.
Thank you very much for that, Mr. Vine Maxwell. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Mr. Chimaobi.
Thank you so much again for this wonderful opportunity. The only thing I have to say is this. I will reference something. I will use an example here. This platform belongs to Niger Watch. And Niger Watch often say that he abandoned his people, the party his family belongs to, and to use this platform for good of the people. So if a man can have the courage, the power to say no to injustice done to Nigerians, knowing that his family is in that power and have people that are in that power, but he said, no, I'm not going to go to this direction. I will go another direction to help the people. And today, he's using this platform to tell Nigerians the truth. I know some members of his family is not happy against him, but no, about him. So, but he's using this platform to educate everybody. And today, we have some people in the South that know what they are doing is wrong to their people. They know that what they are doing to their people is very, very wrong. But because of their personal interest, they want their people to be killed. and they will be pretending that nobody is being killed. So that is where it's difficult. All the past leaders in the South, they are all saboteurs. They are the main reason why these Fulani men are in power. Because when they come, they will give them brown envelope, they will promise them heaven and earth, and they will allow them. They will use them. And when they got what they want, what are they doing? They will push them out. Look at the life of Amechi today. After Amechi squandered all the resources of a river state for Buhari, what does he gain? He can't even speak today. So these are the main problem that we have. If all these people from the South will stand up and say enough is enough, I believe things will change automatically. But we are here, they are fighting themselves. They are fighting themselves. If government can say one thing, they will go and say another thing. Knowing that what these people are clamoring is true. If everybody speak the truth, I believe all these things will stop in that country. But because they don't, they still use them to have their ways. They use them to kill their people. They use them to massacre their mothers and their fathers. They use them to rape their fathers and their mothers and their children. And that is where we are today. So we have to really stand up. Wherever you are, whoever you know, you have to talk to the people. Wherever you know in power, you have to continue to educate them that Nigerians, we need to come together to change all these things. That's all I have to say. Thank you, Emma.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chimaobi. I wish you a splendid, splendid weekend. All right, moving on to Mr. Chubuzo. Mr. Chubuzo, please, you have a minute. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you again, Emma. All these things we are just speaking here. The thing is, like I speak earlier, I told you about security votes on every governor. So those security votes have their way and their meanings. So if the governors they cannot use their security votes, that means what P2B said was just a fact because they are just lying down there doing nothing. Hunger is killing them. They can't secure the people. They are struggling to. They're struggling. They're just struggling to hang on power. You know, just let me use this word. They are just useless. You know, so I don't see any reason why he will seek any permit from Buhari. Let him do whatever he wants to do to secure his people, and that is it. That is it because that is why they vote you there to secure people, life and property, and the rest of them. So if you are coming in the national television and addressing people and telling them that, listen, Buhari don't want to give you the license to secure your people, secure his own people. That means he's there doing nothing. There's no need of him being a governor in the first place. So he should go home and sit down and let somebody who have the capability to come and take over. Thank you.
All right, thank you for that, Mr. Chubuzo. Real quick, Mr. NCBD, welcome to the broadcast and thank you for being here.
Yes, thank you. Let me not take too much time. I came very late, so let me just round up and thank you for accepting me. Well, I think to just summarize what everyone has said, especially what Mr. Chimobi said, the thing is the South have been the architects of their own problem from day one. You understand? So the North, it seems like the North are the only people that understand what is at stake when it comes to leadership and politics. The South are still there doing, starting from when Peter Obi, came out in PDP. Look at the likes of Wike. You saw how much he campaigned Peter Obi. You saw how much he spent his resources. And look at where he is right now. Then now Peter Obi managed to still scale through, come out. Then we have Emilio Khan. that have said, okay, Milo come. So the problem is that the South will always lose if they, as long as they continue with this mindset, this mentality. Tell me the last time you had somebody from maybe Northeast came out and said something, and somebody from Northwest or North Central will come out and say another thing. So the South don't. I don't want to even be pointing fingers at the North anymore, because I've seen it clearly. It's clear that the South is their own problem. So that's just the simple truth. And probably religion is also helping the North, because that's why they don't play with their religion. But the South, you see how divided we are. So until, I'm not saying all the leaders of the South are like that, but majority of them, most of them are like that. They are our own saboteurs. They're the ones sabotaging their own people. Look at the other day now, they're talking about oil in the Niger Delta. Then before you know, they are trying to pit one region, one tribe against another tribe in the same Niger Delta. Now Isoko have come out. All these people have come out. That's the problem. There's no unity. There's no cohesion. Look at when they put Akpabio. I'm not a fan of Akpabio because that's part of the corrupt elite. But when they put him there as the minister of NDDC, you saw the Ijo council came out and said, no, we don't want him, or we are going to chase him from the office today. So this is the problem we have in the South. And until we start addressing it, the South will always lose, including the Middle Belt. It's just recently that their leaders are saying something contrary to what the people in the core North are saying. But they've always been on the side of the North. So it's just unfortunate, and until we become wiser and understand that we need each other, and not to see it as a Igbo thing or a Ijo thing or a Ibibio, a Fik thing, or we need to move as one. We need to understand what we have in common and what is at stake. You understand? So thank you so much.
All right, Mr. Nsibidi, thank you so very much. A big thank you also to Bella Naomi. Thank you so very much, Bella Naomi. Thank you for this donation. Thank you to each and every one of you that has taken out time to donate to the platform today. God bless you. God bless you. May God enrich you. Thank you so very much for believing in our cause. Thank you. Thank you so very much. And to those on the comment section, you guys have been the most engaging. Thank you so very much. Yes, thank you so very much. Of course, to my panel and you watching. Thank you for being on here. Thank you for following through on our newspaper review. We are done for today. We are done for the week. We'll come your way again next week. Monday will be right here. Until then, please stay well. Do not forget to turn on your notification bell. So for every time Niger Watch goes live, you will be notified. Do not forget our other lineups, the newspaper review, the charts, discussions Monday through to Thursdays, and debate every Friday. The show with leftists every Sunday. Do not forget that as well. Thank you very much. And I am inviting each and every one of you for the chat. Yes, we'll be having very sensitive topics, and I would appreciate and I would love for each and every one of you to be a part of that broadcast. Yes, please. Thank you. Mr. Pastor, I am not seeing your comments right now. But thank you, each and every one of you, for being on here. Have an amazing, 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 amazing weekend. And of course, I love you. I'll be here next week, Monday. Looking forward to meeting each of you. Until then, have a wonderful weekend and bye for now.